Welcome to the Estate Professionals Mastermind podcast, built for real estate professionals that want to work less, earn more, and make an impact in their community. For information on how you can become part of the estate professionals community, visit probatemastery.com.
Kind of just throw your questions at me. I'm open to whatever you guys throw at me, and I can show you, talk about the buckets I've been working on this whole year. Talk about the deals that we're working through right now in probate to give you an idea. Or if you want to share any deals that you're working through that you want a little advice on title issues. I try not to get into the weeds too much and let the title company do their job. To give you an idea, we've closed 34 probates this year. Should have 39 closed by the end of December. Did 44 the year before. And I'm trying to put everything in place so I could try to do over 100 probate. I'm exclusively focusing on probate now. I do still target like it's all distressed properties, but they all seem to be in probate this year. So I plan to expand a little bit. I just did a foreclosure in probate, and we saved the guy's. He was in probate for 3 years. Attorney was made aware of the foreclosure 5 days before the auction, technically 3 business days. So we paid his reinstatement fee, and then we did a deal with him to buy the house, and then he still made quite a bit of money on the equity. So I'm open to y'all's questions. This is really fun for me to do. So.
Yeah, folks, and if you feel comfortable, asking a question out loud, that really helps with the podcast version. It's nice to have a variety of voices instead of just David and me back and forth. So the way that you raise your hand is at the bottom. There's a heart-shaped little icon that says react. Click on that, and then towards the bottom of that little window, it says raise hand.
I'll keep the chat open too, so if y'all have any text questions. Go ahead, Mr. Bill Gross.
Hey, Dave Pannell, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, about time, huh? Yeah.
I gave you a hard time when they were suffering, but looks like they do. I didn't really have anything probate related. I just thought it'd be fun to jump in on you a little bit, though. So enjoy that.
I'm definitely a fair weather fan. I don't have cable right now, or haven't had in probably 10 years, so I don't catch every game. But my brother reminds me of what happens and tells me how sad a human being I am for not following every game.
I'm with you. I'm the same way. Well, good. Nice to see you. Thanks for doing this today.
Yeah, absolutely. I have I've toned down coaching myself this year. I was coaching some realtors around the country from COVID up till about last year. I kind of toned that down when I started rebuilding all the buckets I need to try to get to 100 probates. So obviously I want to focus on the conversion side and really watch it. It seems like I generated more inbound calls this year and went on more appointments. I have over 74 people on my follow-up list that I've either talked to by email, really deep conversations on the phone, or have met them in person and they just have not sold a house. Or there's been a few that went with somebody else for either a higher price or a discounted commission. So you're going to get those. That's natural. But I tend to, my wife talks highly about my conversion rates. I want to agree with her, but I also feel like it usually hovers around about 70-80%. If I go on the appointment, I'm probably going to get the deal because I give options. I don't try to just list the house. I don't try to buy it myself. I have a network of investors, or I just tell them what they need to do to sell themselves. So I recently just closed an assignment deal in Plano, and it was with an administrator. And that's when it's like when Bill, correct me, but administration is when there is no will, and it's not contested here, at least in Texas, and it's somebody that's not in the direct line of the family, like it's an uncle or a sister that's helping the kids out. But anyways, I noticed right off the fact that the guy was very analytical. So I sent a lot of information after going to see the house. I never met the seller in person. He was always in, I think, Michigan. But I sent a lot of comps, a lot of information, what I intend to do to the house. So we actually closed on it ourselves. And then we partnered up with somebody to do the clean out and just a light remodel. So we're working on that house right now. I have a mail system I could show you guys if you want to go. If you want me to show that to you, that is something that I do sell because it's taken. I've been working on it since August of 24. It's almost been a year and a half of putting that system in place. Now we're taking it from probate to foreclosures so that the list matches up if it tells me if it's also a probate in foreclosure or home value leads that come through either Z buyer type leads or home value leads. I could look for duplicates on the probate list because I know that people, once they have the family or a PR, they're probably out there looking for some type of valuation on their house. So I want to see that relationship from the houses that are going to be sold on the probate list. So it makes me a little hotter list to call on. So we're building that right now. We're adding those lead sources, home value leads, anything from the website, Z buyer stuff. I buy Z buyer leads. They're not that great on their own. The only reason I buy them is to see if there's a duplicate on the probate list or the foreclosure list or how they relate together.
Yeah, folks in the chat are saying go ahead. They would love to hear more about it.
Okay. Let me see. Let me open it up real quick, and then I've got to delete the data real quick. Not delete it, but white it out. Let me share my screen now. And you may have to blur it out, but I'll try to white it out for you, Lou, as fast as I can. Google won't allow this on YouTube if I show the data, so forgive me. They just assume that it's filled with probate information. So I have, the whole idea behind this mail system was so I wouldn't drop a lead. I was really good at the initial phone call. I was really good at the initial template letter, just having a letter sent out of who I am and why they should call me because I'm the greatest realtor ever to buy a house. That's what my letters used to say, that I could buy anything for cash. But that's all I would send that one letter out every month to everybody. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't put any personality to it. I wouldn't put any mail merging to it. Now I have a system where I could take the probate data from wherever you buy it from. Here's our sources. Let's see. It doesn't say the source. So all the leads, US probate or probate data, wherever you get probate data from, yourself, you make your own Excel sheet. We can map the system, at least this letter system now, to your data. So if you have 100 leads a month, for me, it's usually around 800 a month from all the counties. I could just come in here and upload a file the way that they send it to me, and it takes seconds to itemize it in the order that I want to send letters to. And the way that I break it down is it automatically breaks it down if the PR is out of the area, if the PR is local, and then the same address. And for me, that's a different conversation for every one of these. For out of area PRs, I focus on I'm local here. I make fun of people sending checks for valuations or buying houses. Not fun of, I just make light of it like it's probably a joke letter. I add a little Buc-ee's theme. If you don't know the gas station here in Texas, when you go down to Austin or up to Oklahoma, let me pull the chat up so I can watch it. The every seems like every 3 miles there's a Bucky sign with a funny saying. So they get you into their stores, and when you go there, it's crazy. So I'm trying to pump a little the Bucky's theme funny into my letters. But anyways, so the data is completely organized. So I could tell, I could have certain conversations with people. And then down here, we're going to add the foreclosures here Thursday or Friday, and it's going to break them down by different cell types. But then it's going to tell me if it's also on the probate list. Dave's drawing all over my screen. Oh, I could draw. That's right. Thanks, Dave. I forgot. Let's do that. I'll help you guys out. I don't really mess with it that much. Okay. So yeah. It doesn't go on that. Oh, you got to re-click it every time. Okay. Please ask me questions as I go, because I could answer questions on the letter automation. So it pretty much just builds out my letters, and I send 5 letters every type. So the timeline is stretched out depending on who they are. So PRs in out of area. Yeah, go Lou.
Yeah, there's a question. Where are you getting your probate data from? What are your primary sources? And then also another question about pre-probate data.
I don't buy any pre-probate data. I don't. I rely on my social media and my YouTube video to bring in people that are searching for that, or my blogs I've written for executors over the last 5 years to find me online to build trust. Because if someone's thinking about filing probate, they're honestly looking for an attorney first, or they're looking for an estate sale company to start getting bids on estate sales, or they're trying to sell a vehicle. So you got to show up in those areas online. I don't think whoever's selling pre-probate. I think I know several companies selling pre-probate, and I have never met anyone using probate data successfully. Yeah, I think the pre-probate theme should be just your social media and your online activity, either through YouTube, like Bill Gross does, and I do a podcast now with attorneys. And there's 2 things to that. You're going to build trust with the people you're communicating with through letters or calls. They're going to either find you online, or you get to spend an hour with an attorney to tell you all about their business. So that is a very good benefit. So when I send these letters out, I reference my blog, I reference my videos. I'm not trying to get them to call me on the very first letter. I want them to call me by the 5th letter. And every PR out of area, most of my deals come from PRs out of area. So I'm sending more aggressively to them and calling those type people. If you can see the bottom of my screen, if I click on this, you're going to see data. Google doesn't like the data being on YouTube. So we have a way that when I say map the Excel data, it uploads it to my system, and I can map it to how I want to import it to Sierra Interactive, which is my CRM, so that I could keep in touch by email or text message if you do that, or put them on some type of drip campaign if you still want to do that. Or if someone calls in now, they're calling in on a phone number in the CRM. So if the number matches their email matches, it automatically comes up in my phone ID to tell me that someone's calling from the probate. So I'm more likely to answer that call now with all the spam calls. I don't know if you guys get spam calls, but I definitely get them. It seems like every third realtor is just like, oh, I don't get any spam calls. I just get all prospecting calls.
There was a follow-up question on just regular probate data. Do you have sources?
Oh, right now I'm using probate data. I just switched to them, so I don't have any testimonial for them yet. I just uploaded the first round November 15th. I was using US Probate, but there's no guarantee from those other lists that they have real estate attached to the probate file. So, you just have to, depending on what bucket you're using or marketing avenue, you're looking for a way to make a phone call. You're looking for a way to send a letter, most likely, if you're getting started, or send 4 to 5 letters once you get some proof of concept. Let's see here. You want the attorney information, so you can either call the attorney, send letters to the attorneys, or try to go on Facebook and add them all to your Facebook so they could see your activity. And then you treat them like a personal circle lead where you're watching probably 20 a day and liking and commenting on their posts so they get to know your face. There's so many different things you could do. It's nuts. And I'm trying to do them all. Why in the Louis, this chat's not opening all the way? There we go. But don't be hung up on buying the probate. Just try the information. They all source it from the same information, the courthouse. It's just a matter on the phone number and the data that in the application for the probate that they get. In Virginia, you can't purchase probate data, only pre-probate. I'd move. I'll stop sharing. But basically, I've developed a Excel sheet to just make sure that I don't drop any contact. And then when we're calling through them, I send them a letter. So it just builds that trust. And then we have videos and social media and interviews beginning to start having. I'm down to like one interview a month because I'm not really focused on it. But I'd like to try to get 2 interviews a month through attorneys. But once a week, I'm making a probate video myself of probate tips. And then I'm running an ad to that from YouTube ads that you could pay anywhere from $10 a day to $100 a day or $100,000 a day, whatever you want, but $10 a day. And you build your audience, you build your influence. But I treat YouTube as a search tool for somebody. If someone wants to search probate in Dallas-Fort Worth, I want to show up on the top of the list because they're going to have a letter for me. The attorney's going to know me from events. I'm the main sponsor for their Christmas party this year in Tarrant County. Cost me $900. And that bought gifts in a tree or something like that. So it's pretty cool. What else? Any questions? Let's see here.
There was a question about the leads that you were showing. Where did you get those from?
Those are probate data leads. They're not leads. Just stop using the word lead. Lead is somebody that's going to probably act in the next 30 days with you. Prospect list. It's a prospect list. I don't know if they're going to sell. You're just going to have to prospect it to figure it out. The probate data is not 100% guaranteed. Like I purchased, this year was a little slacky. 34 probate is not good enough for me. I wanted to do 65. So I didn't call any of them this year, except for the follow-up ones. I relied on the outbound mail to generate that business. In July, I started doing the videos, and it's starting to pick up. I can see the relationship between being consistent and the amount of business that's going to come from it. So I'll report that next quarter when I'm on here, or next month. When finding probate attorneys, are there any other job titles? Oh yeah, I think I found if you just build the vendor list to go into that, the attorneys segment the probate business. So you have attorneys that do contested probate, you have attorneys that do estate planning, you have attorneys that do the trusts only in these bigger firms. And then you have probate individual independent firms that do everything. So if you're trying to reach out to an attorney, maybe focus on what they specialize in. Because when I'm sitting, and I realized this a couple weeks ago, and I kind of knew it a year ago, that attorneys will refer within other attorneys. They only talk to other attorneys, really. So you have to become that professional in their eye, because they really treat it like a buddy system. You'll get a referral from a family law attorney that doesn't want to work the probate, but in family law they may have a house to sell, or they know they have to have a house to sell, but they know they need to file probate. But that's just a family law attorney. They don't want to mess with it, so they refer it all out. You got probate attorneys that are doing contested probate with family members, that they have a team of people that do the work for them. They do the ad litem work. They do the title work. They have their own title company. So just have a list of attorneys. It's not very helpful, because they break down in certain specialties and areas of the firm that if they're a senior member or a junior member or a first year attorney or a 10-year attorney or a 25-year attorney. It's nuts, man. It's just like you would think about real estate would be.
Yeah, that question came from because I was looking on LinkedIn, and there's so many people that just say attorney. And I was like, okay, like I don't even know if I should approach you.
Yeah. The one way that I do it, because I'm an extrovert, I don't mind hosting these parties. And I'm going to do my own wine party with the Tarrant County people. I'm already talking to them about doing my own in October next year. So we'll start doing that every year. I'll host a big wine and cheese party, I guess, or something like that, with the Texas Bank. I've noticed that they've been hosting every event as well as the main sponsor. So that lady, the CEO, came up to me the last event, asked me if I would co-sponsor something with them. I was like, hell yeah. I'm not going to probably ever call attorneys, because I know now that they really don't like that. I know that you've been taught to go to their office, but they're busy, just like we are. And do you really want someone to come into your office and just try to sneak 15, 20 minutes of your time unscheduled? I don't know if I do or not. So, but if you're okay with it, go for it. I don't want to discourage you. If you could, my goal is to have 20 attorneys referring me one deal a month. Or no, 2 deals a year. 2 deals a year. That's my goal. That's 40 deals from attorneys. I had one attorney give me 6 deals this year. 6. Over $100,000 worth of business. Crazy. So I went to an event in San Diego with Viral Marketing, and there was a guy from Hawaii that does a golden letter. It's a letter that is from the seller to the neighbors, and they recommend that realtor in the bottom of the letter. So I just sent a letter out to every probate attorney with the permission from the attorney that gave me the foreclosure sale. I wrote a short story, 2-page letter, and I put it on really nice paper, like college degree paper, the yellow, what is it, number 27 or something paper. I have a really nice envelope I bought on Amazon with a gold label. And then I put where's my image? Let me try to find my branding. This is my branding, what they put up now on the projector. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I noticed when they put my name up on the projector, they usually have a projector that goes between slides of who sponsored the event. So I wanted something more official, so they can start recognizing me in these events. And I'm just going to get funnier with it and more Bucky style with it over the next year. I just want to stand out amongst the attorney, because it's not, like I just said, it's not the probate attorney that's calling me for a house. It's their friend that says, hey, Dave Pannell does real estate. He's done several deals now with the attorney people, in the community. And I couldn't say that 2 years ago. So it's really nice to see it starting to work out. But it's been a 2-year commitment, 2.5-year commitment to break into the community. So don't be scared. Yeah, elder law. I mean, these attorneys just work within their circles. They're highly intelligent, highly educated. So they want to work with other people in the same. So any questions at this point anymore? I'm kind of rambling on for the last 30 minutes.
Dave, would you tell us a little bit more about the tips you send out? Is that from your video, or did you send out a letter with tips? Are these supposed to entice people to get back in touch with you? This is Ann.
Yeah, and it's not. It's just stuff I find like if you subscribe to some of the watch Bill's videos, subscribe to all the Facebook groups for probate. And when there's a question from somebody on there, take that to Chat GPT or whatever AI tool that you want to use and ask it to make you a video script. What I do with that is that's exactly what I do. If I see a question, I go to Chat GPT. I say, how would an attorney answer this? How would a realtor answer this? What's the best advice I could give? The top 10 things to it, something to that. Make me a 3 to 5 minute video. Break it up easy for me to just do 5 sections and then a call to action at the end. So I go to that and then I film my videos on Riverside, which it's an AI software for editing. It's really simple. It's $29 a month. You film your video the best you can, and then you do the prompts it has to take out the hums and ands. The audio's fixed. I have these lights now. I turn these lights on. You can see the difference.
What's the name of that software?
I don't know. I bought them on Amazon. It's LE Gatto Key Lighting, and it's remote from my phone. See? So you have automatic lighting set up on my desk. And then I just talk to the camera and you're talking to the person that you want to attract to work with you. Don't be too scared about it.
What was the software you used for recording your videos and editing?
It's called Riverside. It's kind of like Yardstream. The reason why I use Riverside is because Viral Marketing likes me to send them my videos once I do a small edit to the videos. And you could film in sections. So when you hit record, you could do if I have 5 seconds that I need to knock out because I'm not that great at memorizing the whole thing, I'll do the section 5 different times. Then I'll move on to section 2. And within 30 minutes, I have a really good video. Good enough for keyword search. And it's attractive marketing in that way. And if you put that on your calendar to do that I think I'm on to my 11th video, and I was avoiding this because I didn't know how to read a teleprompter, and I didn't want to memorize the script. Now I just memorize 3 sentences, do those 3 sentences, do it 5 times, move on to number 2, do it 5 times, number 3, 5 times, send it to the editor, and let the company edit down to the version they want. And you can go to my YouTube channel and see the ones I've done that are 3 to 5 minutes long. Some are 10 minutes long. And it's really incredible. And I do it on Tuesdays now. I missed today. I was feeling a little tired. I'm going to do my video tomorrow for the one that's going to go out for December 18th. And I do 2 a month on that. And I want to do 2 attorney interviews a month. It's just consistency. You don't have to say the right thing. You don't have to be the most handsomest person ever. It's attractive marketing from keyword searches. And if you're calling these people or you're sending them letters or messaging them in some way, they're going to have that to base their trust off of. And if you submit an offer to somebody down the road, they're going to be able to look you up, and you're competing against one other realtor with no social media or the wrong social media, or you have a wholesaler that looks like he's not from the area. So that's your competition. Or you're competing against someone's family member that doesn't do any probate.
Hey guys, I'm butting in here with a quick ask. If you're getting value out of this coaching today, I want to invite you to check out my Probate Mastery trainings over at www.probatemastery.com. Probate Mastery is for you if you're an agent or an investor that wants to work with motivated sellers that have inherited real estate that they don't need and in many cases can't afford. These sellers are more appreciative, willing to trust your expertise, and less likely to nickel and dime you over commission or price. Why is that? They're often in the middle of a complex probate or an estate administration process, and this means that real estate is very often a burden on them, and they simply need the help. Inside of Probate Mastery, I teach you exactly where to source your leads, how to establish value, and offer your service in a way that quickly makes you, as the professional, your market's expert in the probate space. If you want to know a little bit more, go over to www.probatemastery.com. Hope to see you guys inside of the community. Thanks.
Thank you, Ann. I just registered for lunch and learn CE class for attorney. Yeah. Just get into the world of attorneys. I love it. I'm having a great time. I just won the last thing I hosted. I actually won a $50 Starbucks card. I had the first coupon that they called out, and then I won a cooler bag from one of the other attorney firms. So, I get to go up twice and receive my gift in front of all the attorneys. It's great. I'm the only realtor in the room. It's wonderful. I really love it. Just to go on that a little bit, I never imagined. I tried to join the Denton County. There's other associations in my area: Denton County, Dallas, Collin County. I haven't tried Arlington, but Tarrant County has become my home. I live 1 mile from the association. Had no idea, and they embraced me like family. The ladies love me there. The marketing ladies and the event coordinator, because obviously I give them $1,000 a month to do whatever with, to put my name on a projector. I had no idea. Every 3 times a week, a mile from my house, there's 3 events I could attend: a lunch, a CE class with all attorneys. You don't get any credit for it. I checked, at least in Texas. But my name, I get to sponsor the table. I sponsor the billboard. I sponsor the projector. And once a month is a probate association lunch. I can only do that once a quarter, but it's $600 a quarter to give you 5 minutes in front of every attorney in Tarrant County that does. And there's every lunch, there's over 150 attorneys that show up to that lunch once a month. And I'm at the point that I've worked myself into, and I love it. And if any attorneys watch this, I love y'all. But the judges love me now. I know Judge Burns, Judge Bell, and they're doing a re-election campaign. I think next year I'm going to do their main campaign video. I'm going to hire someone to do their campaign video. And they don't really have to campaign to be a judge. They just have to get their name out there. As long as Republicans or Democrats in office, whatever they support, they're going to be reelected as the judge, most likely. The 2 ladies are awesome for Tarrant County. So I go to every class that's hosted by them. Those are the CE classes. They do 1 to 2 CE classes a week. It's usually a probate association class or the bar association class that put the classes on for the attorneys to get CE credit. And then they usually do 1 event a week somewhere because attorneys love to have happy hour. So there's usually 1 a week somewhere. So it's just incredible. It's just an incredible world to be involved in. And 2 years ago, I didn't say that.
David, Did you have a particular name for this association? How did you stumble upon that?
Just look up in your area for attorney associations, the main one. It's usually the bar. There's a bar association probably in your city, probably right down the street from you, or within 15, 20 minutes. And then go talk to the ladies that do event planning and the lunches, the CE lunches, and ask them if you could sponsor something to get your foot in the door. The first thing I ever did, and I've told y'all before, is I paid $1,500 for my marketing stuff, and I ended up sponsoring an appellate attorneys. Completely wrong event. But because of that event, I've gotten 2 referrals from the appellate attorneys that gave me probate deals. So you probably won't get a direct referral from a probate person because, like I said before, they work different areas of probate. I'm currently trying to work into, there's 3 attorneys in Tarrant County that do contested probate. That's where I want to be for the distressed real estate. So I'm going to work my way into building, their cases go on forever. So it's not like they have something today, but I'm offering my services to track people down, to stalk them. I'm just kidding. Or just help them out with their cases. They need help finding somebody. How'd you learn about associations? Yeah, Ann.
That's good. I've only done a couple of probate, and one was, I would say, the attorney was more than 2 hours drive from here, but maybe I should contact her because there might be something in our area that she knows my capability. This was a difficult situation.
Yeah, get her and go on her page to give. The one thing I haven't followed up with is go on and give them a review, especially after you meet somebody. Give them a character review, not maybe the reciprocate can give you a review, character. Ask them for a character review on Google, and maybe go find every attorney with a Google page and give them a character review once you meet them.
Good idea.
It's just, you just want to be think about just being in the world of what are the probates thinking, what are the PRs thinking, what are administrators thinking. Actually, I just brought, before we went on our little staycation, I brought, there's a Mexican bread place right down the street from us. Obviously, it's downtown Fort Worth. So I went to the courthouse and gave the clerks a box of bread. I went to the association that day and gave them a big box of bread. That's like custom Mexican cookies and Spanish style food, or like treats. And then I hit the guardianship office that's above the probate office at the courthouse and gave them a bunch of snacks before the Thanksgiving holiday. And the things that we don't know is, like Bill said before, there's ladies and guys that work in the clerk's office, and I don't think they get the appreciation they deserve. We focus on the attorneys, we focus on the judges, maybe, but the clerks are always left out. So put some love into the clerks. Get to know everybody involved. You got the one thing I learned recently is there's a guy that moves tables for an estate sale companies. He's perfected the rental of tables and chairs. So he brings tables to all the estate sales and sets them up. Guess what he's doing while he's setting up the tables? Anybody guess? Just one. Who would you like to talk to while you're setting up tables? The seller of the real estate.
Personal representative.
Yep. So maybe that's a business. If you guys don't do anything else, go get a bunch of tables and put them online and make a rental company for renting out tables to estate sale companies.
Very creative.
Yeah. I just get into the world. It's great.
I think Bill has a question. I would like to.
Oh, Bill, go ahead. Yes, sir.
Well, to your point about the clerks, on Friday, I have a court confirmation in court. And again, my main target is the attorney. While I'm in the hall, see other attorneys, perhaps, or referral sources. But as far as for me, what I do is I go to there's a Sears candy store. I don't know if you guys have that in your area, but it's just a kind of cute store. It sells you little gift boxes, different sizes of candies. I just buy a little box of like 5 or 6 little suckers, and they're kind of pretty. And I just stick my business card on them, and I put 10 in my briefcase. When I go to the court, there's at the front, there's 2 sheriffs at the security. I give each one of them one. The bailiff in the courtroom. There's a clerk in the courtroom. I just give one to everybody who's there because nobody shows them any love at all. And just, it doesn't matter what it is. I don't know why. I guess I have a soft spot for that company because I grew up near them. But what, it could be Starbucks cards. It could be homemade cookies. Could be a simple card, a picture of you and your kids or something. I don't know. But show some love to people. And it's funny because you do a little thing like that, and then other people will get kicked out of the courtroom because they're texting during the courtroom. But I've already told the bailiff, "Oh, I'm taking notes on the hearing," and he'll go, "Oh, okay, that's fine," because he loves me, right? Because I give him candy once a year, twice a year, or something. So again, show some love to the all the people in your operation,
And just get to know everybody. I wrote down a vendor list, but I don't want to promise I'll share it. I did it for people I want to interview for my videos. I want to make sure I include. I've got 2 good estate sale people now. And then I got Mike Martin, the guy that moves the tables. He's going to do an interview with me. And it's funny. He went to Richland High School. He's 48 years old, same age, and he specializes in moving tables for estate sales. And then what happens is that he puts the tables out. He builds a relationship with the seller. He's not interested in the real estate. He's interested in the stuff. So what doesn't sell the estate sale, he's made an agreement with both the estate sale companies that he'll take everything. And then he has a warehouse that he sells it out of. It's perfect. That's just his niche. And then hopefully I get referrals from him. So I like to have about 10 estate sale people that I refer estate sales to. 20 attorneys, 2 deals a year, so that's 40. Estate sale people are probably going to have more referrals because they're at the point of making decisions of either selling the car or the real estate or the stuff. So those are good people to get to know and build those relationships. And then you have your let's go over your buckets again, your calls to people that haven't sold the real estate over the year of being in the probate sphere of stuff is a PR. Whatever timeline it takes, you got the attorneys, you got the estate sale people, you got all kinds of people. It's wonderful.
David, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
So out of those 20 attorneys, which is the goal, I guess, how would you give value to them, or making sure that they see that from their perspective, that you are giving them value as well?
So just to go back to that foreclosure sale, the attorney was owed from the guy $6,500.
Yeah.
And he made a call to see when he was going to make that payment. And he said, "I can't make that payment because I'm losing the house in foreclosure." So he immediately called. Most attorneys like to refer you out. What I found is they don't like to refer you unless you're just really well known, I guess. Usually I get an email with a couple of people attached or a CC email. But this guy called me directly and asked me if I could help him. And he didn't want any kind of, in Texas, we could pay attorneys, just like they're realtors. I'm not sure if that changed or not. But no attorney has taken a referral from me. But me saving the house out of foreclosure, he got his money. That's what I'm going down to. So that, in that mind, I created massive value for that attorney. And that's what I wrote in that letter to all 2,700 attorneys that I sent the mail on Monday in that customized envelope on really pretty paper. I wrote on ChatGPT, I put the bullet points in, and then I made a video. There's a video on my YouTube page of the guy that we stopped the foreclosure for.
Very nice. I like it. Thank you.
And then I put I don't know if I have the sticker. That thing I showed you, the branding, just imagine a QR code next to it. And I got stickers printed from a company called AA Designs on, they're on Facebook. So AA Designs, it was $600. I know I spent some money, but $600 for 2,700 stickers. I don't know if I have any of them. I think I ran out. I thought I kept. So I in that letter, I made room at the very top so we could put the sticker. So when they open the envelope, they see my picture, reinforces that on the projectors when they go to the lunch. They'll keep seeing that picture of that cartoon character of me. So I'm trying to create a Buc-ee's type. I spoke on it before, that one movie with Will Smith where they keep showing the number 77 to the same prospect they're trying to steal his money from. I'm not trying to steal anybody's money, but they build up that what is it, Bill? That recognition so that they,
Just a brand recognition for you.
yeah.
No, I like it.
Yeah. So I'm completely 100% on probate, and I hope to. It's the ideal client for me because I don't like dealing with. It seems like the people in probate are my ideal client, or that are highly motivated to make a decision. No, I don't think that's the name of it. 7 pounds. No, I looked it up last time. I can't remember the name. It's a good movie to watch just for the idea of what to do. Any other questions? Pop on. James Lee, go ahead.
Hey, Dave. So, would you recommend your attorney sponsoring strategy?
Yeah, absolutely. If he's trying to ask if I recommend it, I don't have it where I could. It's not something that's downloadable or here's what I'm doing. It's very messy. If they send me an email about an event and there's a sponsor link, I sponsor it. If there's a lunch coming up, they send the calendar out a month, 2 months ahead of time that you could sponsor a lunch. You get to know for the probate association, it's within the bar. Imagine the bar for our real estate license. There's NAR, right? Maybe for y'all. Then you have your local association. Same thing with the Tarrant County Bar Association. You have the Probate Bar Association that's within that group. And they're the most, I'm very lucky to have that very close to me, where there's lots of participation in that group. And there's 5 board members that run it, an event coordinator, a marketing director, like a CEO type attorney that runs it. There's 5 board members that run it, and they're very welcoming. They let me go to the lunches when I'm not. I joined the membership, so obviously I pay for the lunch to go. I always make a presence every lunch I'm not sponsoring. I'm at every CE class that they have now. It's all during lunchtime, so it's almost like getting a free lunch twice a week. And I'm meeting attorneys there. That was a big thing for me to try to push to do this year, and I'm very proud of myself for being to go out there and do that. So for us, we have our letters that go out very consistently, all the attorney stuff. I'm hiring Bruce's team to do my calls for me. I have a TC that helps me with transactions. I have viral marketing that helps me with my videos. All I have to do is commit to filming them on a Tuesday or Wednesday and then send them to them. What else? And just all built up over time. So I would like to see from all that activity is 20 to 30 deals directly from PRs, 20 deals from attorneys, 20 deals from my social media, and then 20 deals from the calls. That should be 100 probates a year.
Dave, can you hear me now?
Yes.
What I was asking is your attorney association sponsoring strategy that you just kind of outlined there. Would you recommend that for like more newbies in our industry like me, or is that more of an advanced strategy that you would, you know what I mean? Like going back, would you just do this right away, knowing how effective it's been, or does it kind of, you need a little experience in the game, you know what I mean, before you can kind of rub shoulders with these guys?
No, go ahead and do it. You just may not be able to. I'm committed to doing $1,500 a month in my budget for the events, but just see if you could sponsor a table or sponsor their website, and and try to get your branding out there. Not being necessarily a realtor because everybody knows a realtor. Try to specialize yourself for those guys, because attorneys that specialize, like I said before, they may not focus on contested probate or their family law. They're all going to see you. So you just want to get to the point where you're helping one or two of them, and then that momentum will start, I bet. I would definitely be out there. I wish I would have known. I wish I had the confidence early on. And it just seemed like that wasn't something that I even thought about doing until Chad came out with the Earn course. I didn't even think about. I always had the attorney information. I just never thought about it before.
Right.
So
do you have any tips for that in terms of like, the confidence / imposter syndrome of someone who's, kind of new and then just kind of going in there and like, hey, everybody, I'm like, I'm the guy you need. You know what I mean?
Well, just, I don't even ask for the referral when I'm at the events. I'm just getting to know like the judges, because the judges come, the clerks are always there. All the same attorneys come to the events. So it's just a matter of being outside your box and talking to people.
Okay. And if I'm understanding you right, like these associations, like I think you mentioned like some were more specialized, but some of them are just like you could get all sorts of real, like any kinds of attorneys just walking around, and you're just kind of.
Yeah. There's a what is it called? The Black Women's Association in the bar association. They love me. I should show you a picture.
You jump in there.
I jumped in the photo, and because they're like, I got your letters. Oh, where did I take that picture? I'm just working there we go. I don't know if you can see that.
There you go.
Am I in that one? No.
I don't know. I can't tell, but.
No, I'm not in that one, but it's just great. All those ladies love me. They've all gotten my letters. I haven't got a referral from them. The one lady I introduced at an event in the blue, and I was so nervous. This is great for you. I was so nervous that I said her name wrong, and they give you a paragraph about her, and I totally goofed it, and she gave me a hard time about it. I was like, I got so nervous. I usually don't get nervous in front of people. And it's been a year since that. So, and then she's like, I always get your letters. I'm going to give you a deal here soon. So
what kind of realtors is that specific group? Like, I'm sorry, what type of attorneys? Like they have nothing to do with like probate or real estate or family law or anything?
It's all the topics. It's just the Black Women's.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Got it.
Attorney Association. There's under the Tarrant County Bar Association, there's 8 different sub associations and committees.
Okay.
So there's actually a real estate committee, there's a probate committee, there's the Black Women's Association, estate law, elder law. There's 8 of them. I can't remember, but the only ones I'm really focused on is the probate one.
Got it.
But there's so much attendance. I thought 150 probate attorneys were going to that lunch, but it's a mixture of all the attorneys. So they're not all, every attorney can do probate, but they usually refer to somebody. So if you could somehow work yourself into being the person they refer real estate to, more power to you. Work it out, just commit to like a 5-year plan to do it.
Okay.
Find
Got
out
it.
where you could go for the classes and start taking classes with the attorneys.
Okay. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
And one of the cool things I just discovered in Tarrant County is that Judge Bell, probate court number 2, she does a public Zoom link. So you could actually attend her court hearings on Zoom every day if you wanted to learn more. I bet other attorneys are doing that in y'all's area.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. You got about 5 minutes and I got to get off of here. So anybody else? I'm curious how.
Yeah, there was an interesting question that came through chat a few minutes ago. It was on the rule that, when you're presenting yourself, you have to disclose that you're a realtor, that you're supposed to share that information up front. How can you get your name out there without sharing that you're a realtor?
I don't mean to hide the fact. I just don't want to shove it in everybody's face because everybody knows they're a real estate agent, I imagine. I just want to be the guy that they could count on. If they hold themselves at such a high degree of professionalism in their in what they practice in law, I want to be the guy they think about. So even in my letters now to attorneys, I just reference something funny, usually, and I ask ChatGPT, "Here's my letter. Can you make a little humor in it?" And there's usually one sentence that is some kind of attorney funniness in there. So it's not that I'm trying to shove or hide the fact that I'm in real estate or want their referral. I do, but I just want them to eventually think of me every time they think of real estate.
Do you have any tips on how to do this?
How to tell people you're a realtor? Is that
Well,
what we're asking?
part of the question was like, asking for some tips on how to, kind of not have to share this up front, like be in their face, like you said.
Man, I don't know how to answer that. I would just not every time you see someone, ask them for business. Maybe see how you could help them. Maybe you could like the podcast idea that Bill does and that I'm starting. That's something cool to talk about instead of, hey, give me a referral. But once you come on my podcast and we'll talk about your business and I'll share amongst all my past business and future business when people are thinking about when they need an attorney. I'm not 100% sure how to tell people you're a realtor, but I just maybe not just always remind people, kind of salty breath, I guess they call it. Just you want to be present as a confident real estate person. Maybe you're always there to answer a question or give them a value or BPO or something of value if they need it.
I mean, when you meet these people, couldn't you wear like a branded shirt or something?
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
subtle.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the one thing I'm gonna probably do is put that attorneys wanted sign on my shirt. So that's gonna be good.
Yeah, there's a request for what's the name of your podcast?
It's not really a name. It's just I'm putting on my YouTube channel. I'm not really segmenting it yet into just those videos. Again, my goal is to actually just have keywords and people to trust me. So if they see 1,000 videos with 50,000 subscribers, and the keyword is probate, estate planning, it's just going to drive the level of trust to sign my offer a lot more than somebody that they can't even find online because their phone number doesn't show up as their name. I guarantee you, the people calling, their phone number doesn't show up. They don't show up online, and if they do show up, they show up for pretty real estate, I guess you want to call it, or the retail side of real estate. So I want to be the guy they think about when they think of having a distressful situation. And I talk about that when I sponsor events. They give me usually 3 to 5 minutes. And I just talk about the scenarios that I help somebody in a distressful situation. I say, yes, I can handle any real estate, but think of me when something's going south. And a lot of attorneys want to know that you'll buy a house with title issues. That's a whole nother animal. Usually they just don't want to spend the time to work on the title. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you, David.
Yeah, this has been great. I like to do this for Bruce every once in a while. So one more question. Anybody else?
I
Good.
think maybe a little over time, but just wanted to let
Yeah.
everybody know that this episode will be uploaded in a couple of days to our YouTube channel, Probate Mastery. You guys
Yep.
want to listen to the replay, check it out. You can subscribe to that channel too, and you'll get notified of any new videos uploaded there.
And I encourage you guys to go find a review link for Bruce and let's help him. We've been sucking the information from him for 2 years. Let's all try to find a way that we can write a review for Bruce's coaching business. He's really awesome. So
Love that. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, David. Thanks, Bruce.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.